Hi, this is Tim Hubbard, supervisor of the great town of Riverhead, and you're watching Riverhead in Action, a media campaign designed to highlight the incredible work of the 350 plus employees that comprise Riverhead's 26 departments and sub-departments, town events, projects, job openings, local businesses, and other town happenings. I hope you find this informative and enjoyable, and thank you for watching Riverhead in Action.
Hi, I'm Councilman Bob Kern. I'm here at Island with Ryan and Kyle, and they're going to give us a tour of the facility. And how long have you guys been here?
So we've been in this facility since 2000 as a company. It seems like every time I come down here, I need a tour from Ryan myself because we've inevitably picked up a new lease on a building, optimized the factory, changed operations between the assembly shops. But what we're doing out of here is a prefabricated building envelope system, which we're sourcing products and goods and materials for domestically, for the most part.
Ryan, how many people work here?
We currently have in this facility around 350 people.
Just over
That's
300.
great. And a lot of those people are from Riverhead.
Yes.
That's really great. What are we looking at here?
In 2000, Island purchased the 5 buildings that we're standing in now, and then purpose-built Factory 707, which you'll see here on this map. Ryan will give us a tour through that later, where we are assembling our large format mega panel and curtain wall building enclosure systems. Those are then fed with material out of one of these shops, previously an airplane hangar, serves now as our CNC milling centers.
So right here is where we run all of our extrusion fabrication for our curtain wall. Yeah. Right inside this building, we have 10 machines. We run somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 to 4,000 parts per week. We run 3 shifts. Each one has its own unique capabilities. Right now we're doing a transition for the job, so we're doing maintenance, prepping the machines, making sure they're running, because our next big job is going to take us probably somewhere around like 6 months or so.
And that's all pre-programming, coming directly from our 3D models to Ryan's team here, that he's going to mill and kit parts that we'll see on the assembly line later.
Wow. So, and you have 3 shifts.
Yeah, we run 3 shifts here.
So you're basically running 24/7.
24/7, 5 days a week right now.
Wow. So what's going on in this building, guys?
So we're here in our folding center, and Ryan will take us through a little bit, machine by machine, what we're running out of this factory.
Okay, great.
I'll take you a little bit through the tour. We'll start with the True Punch machine. That is a punch machine that punches all of our caps, any of our unique pans. We had a job, NEU, that had this nice perforated with dimples on it, so that machine did all that work there. We move on to the small AccuPress, the 2 Schroders, and our large 20-foot AccuPress. Those are all folding and bending machines. So those give us all the capabilities to run our front pans, our back pans, all of our bench shapes, everything that we do here. It all starts with the lasers.
Tension leveled sheets of aluminum. They're stocked here, so we see as a raw substrate at a project length. These are then loaded onto the laser. The laser's been programmed based on our 3D models of the building itself to then cut out 3 laser or drill holes, 3 laser out tabs that we're going to be fed right into the bending machines we just saw, into the folding centers, where they're then kitted up and sent right to the factory that we're going to go see next.
Okay, Ryan, what do we have here?
So this is where we do all the small milled parts for all your hooks, your anchors, your brackets, anything that goes inside the curtain wall panel. We do small parts for the field, angles, drilling holes, but these are the more sophisticated machines that we have here. This is an intricate part for one of the panels they designed, and I mill it out of a solid block. You'll do your basic stuff like this as well. So this is your slider. So they drill the hole, they tap the holes here. This gets bolted to the curtain wall, and this gets your hook, and then this sets the height of the panel.
Right in front of us here is the result of all the work you saw previously in the 400 milling centers. These are wrapped, kitted parts, set on cradles per panel. You'll see some of the hook and bracket components that have already been installed, sealed.
I just had this in my hand.
Just had that, right? So that's the slider that Ryan was talking about that moves up and down the level and plumb the panel during installation. These are your frame components. You'll see a blue protective Nitto wrap that'll protect that finish through the on-site installation. Also, what you'll see are kits of back pans that is our air and water seal on each unit, as well as painted aluminum cladding front pans and the glass, the IGU units that are brought in crates, decrated, put onto an A-frame, and then you'll see here about to be lifted with suction cups by one of the overhead cranes. So all of these parts will either meet on a station base assembly line or run down a linear rolling assembly line.
So the purpose of this?
We call it the carousel. We're able to spin this entire thing around 360 degrees.
That's great.
So it allows us to reuse this structure over and over again. The horizontals, you'll see the through bolt holes running all the way up.
Ah,
That
right.
allows us to set the primary horizontals at any level. So any panel that we need to build for a job for like visual approval of the materials before we buy them can be mocked up here. If it's sunny on one side and dark on the other, everyone goes to lunch, the team rotates this, we come back out from lunch, and you can see the panel in your orientation that it may be in the job site. And it's allowed us to, again, recycle, reuse, eliminate waste.
That's
here at
really
the factory.
smart. Very interesting. I see these over here. It's interesting as well.
What you see are past visual mock-ups. On the right is a brick project, punched windows, brick rain screen cladding. In the center, were actually the panels Ryan was talking about earlier. It's a stainless steel with an embossed dimpling
Oh, right.
pattern
okay,
that
yeah.
we use the punch to fabricate each of those units. And on the left is for a tower in Manhattan, the largest single set glass panels in New York City.
Ryan, I want to thank you.
Oh, of course.
Kyle,
Thank
I
you,
want to
Bob.
thank you for the tour and being
Anytime.
part of Riverhead in Action. And I think this is just amazing that you're in our community, and I think people need to see what's here.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
tour.